There was a video that was going around the internet yesterday that was shocking in its audacity. You know, we've seen a lot of videos coming out from the riots, the peaceful riots, you know, where people are for social justice stealing a pair of Nikes. And one thing about those videos is it's usually onlookers, right? And sometimes there are onlookers who will say, hey, what are you doing? Why are you stealing those sneakers? How is stealing from Gucci going to stop police brutality? What made this woman's video a little different is that she was live streaming it herself. She was live streaming herself, committing a crime and looting, all, I kid you not, in the name of social justice. Take a listen.
How you get all of them? They on this thing right here. Look. They tried to pull it out, but it ain't coming out. I don't know what the keys at y'all, G.
She's trying to get the keys to take the tags off of the clothing that she's stealing.
Hold on. Let me see. Did that say Valentina? That say Dolce & Gabbana?
Looking for Valentina. She got good taste, I guess.
Hold on. Let me find me some first. Hold on.
You can hear other people kind of yelling, running around the store. There it is. I can't breathe, she says. I can't breathe. Quoting what George Floyd said, which kicked off all of these riots, allegedly. Now, that picture is complicated because what this woman seems to be suggesting is George Floyd said, I can't breathe, because Derek Chauvin, the officer, had his knee on George Floyd's neck. But what we saw from the full body cam footage is George Floyd had been yelling, I can't breathe, much earlier, just when he was standing around and refusing arrest. But that's what we're being told. I can't breathe, I can't breathe. If you're going to say that, if you're going to live stream yourself stealing stuff from a department store and laughing about it, talking about how you want some more Valentino, what it means is you've imbibed a BS historical narrative. In the modern history, meaning that there's this scourge of racist cops going around hunting innocent black people around the country. That is not happening. There is zero evidence that is happening, but a lot of people believe that. It means you've imbibed a BS historical narrative that black people have no ability to succeed in America. There's been no improvement. We're basically living in the old terrible slavery days, and the founders were racists, and they didn't believe all men are created equal, and they just launched the revolution. In fact, they just launched it to protect slavery. That lie that the 1619 Project out of the New York Times says, even though even left-wing historians admit that's BS. It means you've imbibed that fake historical narrative. The other thing it means is you're a criminal with no sense of shame. Because even if you feel like you've been wronged, the sort of traditional, good, virtuous understanding of that is I've been wronged and I will suffer, and that suffering will be sanctifying, and I'm not going to live stream myself stealing a bunch of Gucci shoes. There's nothing honorable or noble about that. And laughing and yelling and taking other people's property. But if you have no education, don't forget, education isn't just facts that go in your head. It's not just learning how to do basic arithmetic and learning about history, which is one damn fact after another. Education is about the whole person. It's how you behave. It's how you're raised. He wasn't raised right. He was raised right. It's having good manners. I mean, if you just think even in the Latin languages, the word educate also means like your behavior. It means you obviously were not raised right. And then the third thing, and this is the essential one for our political situation, if you're filming yourself doing that, it means you have no fear of punishment. Zero fear. You're flaunting it in people's faces. Think about this. If a regular old vandal wants to go in and mess up some property or maybe steal something from a store, he does it surreptitiously. He hides it. He conceals it, right? He doesn't want to get caught because there are consequences. Now, we see the left encouraging this kind of thing. And this woman, imbibing that, realizes she's not going to get in trouble, so she just steals outright. All of that is based on poor education. You can blame a lot of other factors too, and bad politicians and yada, yada, yada. But it boils down to bad education. What are we going to do about that? Bad education doesn't just happen on the extreme activist side, of the people on the front lines and the left. Doesn't just have to do with Black Lives Matter or anything else. It pervades the entire liberal establishment. If you enjoyed that video, and I would hope that you did, please be sure to hit the subscribe button so that all of the befuddled radicals wading through the wasteland of YouTube knows where they can get the truth. Thanks.